It's about a pervert teacher who got caught. Pretty much they caught him. He got caught watching porn in school, which is just ironic. But I'll get into more of why this is a disgusting story after I show the video. So let me put the video on for you.
Maria, next time you open your big stinking mouth, pal, I will write you up and send you to the office for coming into my room without permission. Is that clear? What I watch as an adult is my choice. You, as a child, wait in the hall until you're invited into my room. Is that clear? How many times have I made this clear to you now? Keep going. The fifth time, you get written up. I'm not putting up with this. And he tried to blackmail me. He said, oh, Mr. Yon, I'm going to get an A this quarter, or I am going to tell that you're watching inappropriate things on TV, and I saw it. So go ahead, tell. Isn't that what I told you to do? Now I'm telling you, you keep your big flap shut. Because I'm a grown-up who can watch whatever I want. And if you ever step foot into my room again without permission, it'll be the last time you step into my room. Is that clear?
So because it was a little choppy that time, but what really this one doesn't really matter to show you the actual video because it's really just a girl shirt. And but if you want to see it again, I'll play it one more time because for some reason my screen messed up. So here we go.
Maria, next time you open your big stinking mouth, pal, I will write you up and send you to the office for coming into my room without permission. Is that clear? What I watch as an adult is my choice. You, as a child, wait in the hall until you're invited into my room. Is that clear? How many times have I made this clear to you now? Keep going. The fifth time, you get written up. I'm not putting up with this. And he tried to blackmail me. He said, oh, Mr. Yon, I'm going to get an A this quarter, or I am going to tell that you're watching inappropriate.
I don't believe for a minute that little kid said that, just to point that out.
So go ahead, tell. Isn't that what I told you to do? Now I'm telling you, you keep your big flap shut. Because I'm a grown-up who can watch whatever I want. And if you ever step foot into my room again without permission, it'll be the last time you step into my room. Is that clear?
Okay, so here's my perspective on it. First of all, if you are a pervert, a disgusting pervert who can't even wait until you get home to jerk off. First of all, I'm gonna say in general, teachers teachers are regular people just like anybody else. But a lot of they in this day and era with the way that porn is becoming more and more depraved and more abundant, and people you're getting more perverts in the school system, and you're sitting you watching this guy, and and the backstory is first of all this kid walks in, catches this guy jerking off to porn, and so the guy, so he says, oh well, so the kid, he claims the kid tried to blackmail him. Kid denies that he ever tried to blackmail him, so it goes up to who you believe. I'm less likely to believe this guy because he already seems of low moral character. Anybody who would jerk off in a school full of little kids is a weirdo. So I'll take the kid's perspective more because one, I don't think any kid, even if they did catch them, would have the brass to be like, okay, I caught you, now I'm gonna blackmail you. No, most kids probably would have been like, "Oh my gosh, like, oh gosh, this is embarrassing." And the fact that if he probably wouldn't have said anything, it probably would have just blew over. The kid probably just would have told a lot of his friends, and but the fact was he thought he could he thought he's in a position of power. He can go in here, talk to this little kid, get him to change his story, get him to and make the kid look like he was the wrong one instead of the guy jerking off in a school full of little kids. He's gonna make this little kid seem like he's the wrong one. Another part of the backstory is nothing happens to this guy. He gets away with it. He leaves and he goes. It wasn't until later when the news picked it up because the child's mom went to the news and said, "Look, this guy tried to bully my child," and so that's how they ended up catching him. But if they wouldn't have done that, this kid he would have got away with it forever. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's just amazing the amount, you know what I'm saying, of freaking stuff teachers get away with. They're kind of like the police officers in a way. Sometimes they'll get away with things because they just work with each other and they don't tell on each other. But yeah, this guy's a pervert. Luckily, he got caught. I don't know what ended up happening to him. Let me see if I can read the story. If I haven't dropped it already. See if I can find something on it. Okay. Oh, he was so okay. So I'll give you guys the latest update. Um, Teacher watching porn at school fired. Union spends millions to get job back. So that's an interesting twist. Teacher named Andrew Harris was fired for watching porn while working at Glacier Creek Middle School. Not even high school. This is a middle school class, and this pervert's jerking off in. But then the Wisconsin Teacher Union cost the state millions of dollars in order to get his job back. Like I just said, they kind of like they cover each other's back. Why if you're the union, I understand the union has to protect the interests of the teacher. But I don't. But anyways, in related report by this, the rise of mobile porn apparently has caused media data usage to soar in the United States. Frightened parts, the largest consumer of porn are thought to be in the 12 to 17-year-old demographic. This has led to popularity of nude selfies where teenage girls are feeling peer pressure both from boyfriends and other girls to photograph themselves naked. I don't know what this has to do with the story, but it's an interesting topic. But I'm not on that topic right now. So it's a now the teacher watching porn at school didn't only keep these illicit activities to himself. Harris allegedly was trading at least 20 instances of sexually explicit materials with others. But defenders of the teacher claim he was singled out and should have never been fired in the first place. What type of world are we living in? More than 4 years ago, the investigation at Greek Creek Middle this happened almost 4 years ago, and it's just getting out now. Um, this kind of shows you the freaking reach of stupidity in our oh gosh, can I go to one website that you can actually get through? It's like when the internet first started, they used to have pop-ups all over the freaking place. Can't watch anything. More than 4 years ago, investigation at Glacier Creek Middle School began when Harris allegedly showed a female teacher a photograph of a nude woman. The school ended up sending out written reprimands and put 5 of the staff on short-term unpaid suspension, while one substitute teacher was let go and another administrator resigned. All in all, more than 30 people in the school were involved, but only Harris was fired for his misdeeds. The teachers union required that the school work with an arbitrator to settle the matter, and in 2012 they claimed Harris was treated unfairly because the other school employees were doing the same or similar types of things, viewing pornographic materials in various ways, receiving inappropriate emails, forwarding them to others, failing to discourage the sender, attempting to or in fact assessing inappropriate websites. They also stated that Harris' conduct was worse in some respects, but less serious in other respects than the conduct of other teachers. That led to the court case where the judge ordered the school district to give the porn watching teacher his job back based upon the arbitrator's assessment. The Middleton Cross Plains School Board decided to defend their position all the way to the state Supreme Court. They lost, and the Supreme Court would not hear an appeal. Overall, the legal costs will cost the school almost $1 million in legal fees, including the years of back pay were ordered to pay to Harris and to two other teachers. Harris will be given his job back, but he'll also start work at a different middle school. It's blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really matter. Here's my point. Okay, so now this pervert is watching freaking porn with kids in the room, with kids able to just walk in on him at any time, right? He's watching porn. And not only is he watching porn, they say that it was rampant. All the teachers were watching porn. So you know what this says? This is why I am so in favor of sending my child to homeschooling. This is who you sending your kids to. And they're going to be the ones to teach moral compass to your children. I don't understand how anybody allow these idiots to teach their kids anything, let alone moral stuff. And it's more prevalent once again in the low class areas. Where it ends up happening. But it just blows my freaking mind. Now this guy gets back pay and all this crap. Once anytime it has, first of all, what people need to understand is any single instance where there is a pervert in the legal system, he's gonna get off because 90% of the people defend that is in charge of punishing him are perverts. Go look at the government things where they're catching all these freaking judges and senators and all these people molesting children. All of them are perverts. So you can why do you think all these there's so many lenient freaking rules that allow perverts to um um continue to commit all these crimes? That's not even a third strike rule for them. They can get caught. Some people who got caught 5, 10 times committing these heinous crimes, and they just get to waltz out. But the other guys, you know what I mean? They, I mean, these guys who may sell weed or may do this, that, and the third, they go to jail for life. Yet a guy who's sitting around here sleeping or watching porn while kids are walking down the hall, he gets his job back, and not only get job back, they give him a fat check on top of it. Because not because he was innocent. This is the funniest part. Not because he was innocent, but because other people did it too. So what? He got caught. Isn't that like the same rule they have for speeding? Yeah, there's a million people who speed, but you got caught speeding, so you're the one getting punished. And the school and the freaking union should be ashamed of itself for even defending this pervert. And that, like I said, this is the problem with sending your kid to school. Home school your children. You don't know who you're sending them off with when you send them to school, because these perverts are all over the place, and they will continue to breed and continue to make life miserable for any and everything around them. But anyway, I just wanted to pop in and do a quick report on that. And like I said, this Christ and perspective thing will be my thing, and I'll be popping in every time a new story comes up. So holler at me if you want to hear more on my perspective. Also, check out my my live marriage advice, which I will do every Sunday. where you can listen to my podcast. I mean, listen to my me read a couple letters that I received, and try to help them with any marriage problem they may have. But as for right now, like I said, um, faith dictates reality, peace, love, Jesus Christ.